one big thing that is done, as you can see, the body is in color. So I got the bodywork. Welcome back to the workbench where we try to make things. What we're continuing to try to make today is Monogram's Heavy Chevy Chevelle. This is the build based off of a Buddy's Chevelle. So it's the Buddy's Buddy build, I guess we'll call it. And if you'd like to get caught up on this build, there is a link down in the description to a playlist where you can get completely caught up to where we are right now. And where we are right now is finished bodywork and starting on finishing the interior. So let's start, actually, let's start with the answer to last week's question, which the Buddy's real world vehicle has an automatic transmission in it. The Heavy Chevy model kit does not. And unanimously, you guys said, yeah, you should put the automatic transmission with the horseshoe shifter and all that in it because of course you did. Of course you did. So now I've got to do that. Now I've got to put an automatic transmission in this. So I've broke the motor loose. And I guess what I'm going to have to start with doing is literally just cutting the transmission off. I'll probably just use my Dremel, cut it, a millimeter or two short of where it needs to be cut to, and then sand it down from there. And then I've got to find if I have a transmission or I'm going to have to print one or whatever to put I guess this would have a 400 transmission in it. It's a 396, or at least we're trying to make it look like a 396. It's actually a 454 technically. That's what came in the kit, but it's a 396 in the real car, which would, both of them, same transmission, doesn't matter. So we'll have to find one and put it in, and then I'm going to have to, find or print or make or whatever the horseshoe shifter. I do have to fill that little hole there too, where the gear shift, the 4-speed gear shift, or I'm assuming a 4-speed gear shift would have gone. And then I think we're going to kind of go with it. The center console for an automatic and a standard were a little different, but I think it's close enough. It's close enough. I have listened to the comments and I'm putting the automatic transmission in. No comments. We're leaving the center console exactly as it is, but we will put the horseshoe shifter, of course, in it. Now, you also notice I did go ahead and put carpet in, or hopefully you can see that. So I flocked the flooring there so we can get the carpet in. I also have finished up I guess we'll call the body work or whatever you want to call it on the seats, and I've gone ahead and painted those. They look pretty good. I still I've got to paint in the actual silver trims or whatnot, but the black is painted in. So we've got to take care of that. But one big thing that is done, as you can see, the body is in color. So I got the body work finished up. This fender was actually very easy. It was very easy. I got it nice and shaped in. This one, which was the worst side, so obviously it was a little more difficult, but we've got it all shaped in. This is where we had some molding defects on both fenders. We didn't actually even really have on this side this body line at all. So we built it in. I also removed all the mold lines, and I also, if you remember, I'd already removed the 454 that was on here because obviously the real car doesn't have that emblem, doesn't have 454. But I also went ahead and removed the SS. Now the real car does have the SS emblems, and it does have, of course, the Chevelle by Chevrolet on the trunk lid. Those I've cleaned off and removed because I'm just going to print them as, hopefully you can see these little guys. I'm going to print them as their own emblems. That allows me to just paint the body and then paint the emblems and put them on separately. It's much easier to do. So I have the SS emblems here. Hopefully you can kind of see those. I know they're tiny. I have made but have not printed the Chevelle one. So, and in case you want to know how I made these, found images online of the SS, took it into Meshy, had Meshy turn them into STL files for me, and then sized them way down to tiny, to the right size. Basically, I measured everything off of the car. I've even got the measurements of where they need to go back. So how many millimeters up off this body line, how many millimeters back off the fender well. Like I took all those measurements, but that's how I made the little emblems that are going to get glued back on. And you can probably also see I have reprinted the wheels. I have part of them here. I did go ahead and take one and mount it into the original tire. That's what we were saying, or at least I had said that I was going to try to do, so we could take a look at what it would look like just using the original tire. And I'm going to tell you, I kind of don't mind it. I think this might be the way to go, is just use the stock tire, uh, do the correct rim, but down to the stock size of that rim. And I think that's going to be fine. It did take a little bit of work to make this happen. These, because it's so, one, I had to size them down. I had to size them down this way and all that. But I also had to kind of ream out the ledge that's inside here, because these are two-part rims, which I'll add a ring on the back side here to finish off the wheel. But I did have to kind of ream that out, the little ledge in here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but very easily just reamed it out with an X-Acto knife and then a round file, to make the wheel just slide through, because the wheels don't have, the wheels are solid all the way through. Anyways, that makes them work, and I think that's what we're going to go with as far as the wheels are concerned. I think I like how that looks. So pretty good progress. I say pretty good progress. A lot of steps forward. Big one with the bodywork being done. By the way, this is the first coat, single coat of the blue, which I think the blue's gonna, I like it. I think it's it's gonna be the right color, especially once we put clear on it. It's gonna look right, I believe. It's dry to the touch, but I'm gonna let this dry 24 hours, so fully off gas and all that. I'll give it a wet sanding, and then we're gonna go with a second coat, and I think we'll see how it works out. Maybe even a third coat. Now, I don't want to go too thick. I don't want to start filling in details, but this is pretty thin. This is that U-pole paint. It's pretty thin. I think it's going to be okay. But I need to let this sit 24 hours and then wet sand it. So, for a second coat, once you go past that, I'm not exactly sure what it is for the U-pole paint. It's usually, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Once you go past that, you need to let it fully cure, then give it, and don't just coat it again. Give it a wet sand so that you get good adherence for a second coat. Now, I could have gone with a second coat, again, within like 5 minutes, and then you give it while it's at that point of where you can give a second coat. But I really wanted to see what it was going to look like first, and I want to sand between layers because I want to make this glassy smooth. So I've got to do that yet. In fact, I'll probably do it twice, I think, probably before we then go to clear. We kind of do the same thing with clear, and then we polish out the clear and all that. But that's the plan for the body, so I'm excited. That's a huge step forward. But then we've got kind of the step backwards, I guess you could say, where I'm going to have to remove the transmission. This shouldn't be too difficult. Again, just a cut-off wheel on it. My Dremel, take this transmission right off since we've already got it assembled. And then I've got the big part is just going to be finding the transmission, or modeling one, or whatever we're going to do for the transmission to go back on there. And for the shifter even more important, because I think the shifter will be more seen than the transmission necessarily. But that'll take care of this week. So this week, or before, when I say this week, before next Monday, when we come back to get an update on the Chevelle, I think that's going to be the plan, is to finish paint on the body so that the body will be ready to go, and we can move forward with that. Transmission on the motor. So I'll show you how that process goes down, what that takes. And then hopefully the shifter also, and then we can also start. I don't really want to put the seats in here yet because this is probably still a little wet, but I'll loosely set them in there. Hopefully we can start getting the interior finished up also. And if you remember right, there's those 2 thin silver lines that have to go in there, which I got to figure out how we're going to do that. So hopefully I'll figure out that process before next week, and you can see how we go about doing that on the interior. If this is something you want to keep up with, if you want to see all this come together, hit that subscribe button. We just passed 10,000 subscribers, making the push for 20. So hit that subscribe button, keep up with this. If you've enjoyed this, hit the like button, hit the hype button. If you really enjoyed it, it does help if you hit the hype button. Leave me those comments down below. I love to hear all your comments, whatever you have, even when it is more work for me. I want to hear the comments down below. I love reading them. Anyways, do all those things everybody tells you to do on YouTube. I got to get back to wet sanding and doing getting all this ready for next week. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.